Selena Quintanilla was born on April 16, 1971, in Lake Jackson, Texas. It was a sunny and warm Friday in the spring. Her parents were Marcella and Abraham Jr., whom everyone called Abe. She had an older brother named Abraham III, or AB for short, and an older sister named Suzette. The Quintanilla family was Mexican-American. Their ancestors had immigrated to the United States from Mexico to search for work and a better future. Life was hard in Texas for people with Mexican roots, or Mexicanos. It had been that way for over 100 years. Before the Mexican-American War began in 1846, South Texas had been a part of Mexico. People there were free to celebrate their heritage, which combined Aztec, Mayan, and Spanish cultures. But in 1848, the United States took control of the land above the Rio Grande. Mexicans in Texas now found themselves in American territory. White Americans, or Anglos, did not want them there, and Mexico itself was now divided. Southern Mexicans distanced themselves from Texas Mexicans in the north, whom they called Tejanos, the Spanish word for Texan. Even though they had been living on the land for generations, Tejanos faced a lot of prejudice. Abe had seen it himself as a boy in Texas. When he was in school, he was sent to the principal's office and hit for speaking Spanish. Some Anglos even put signs on their stores that read, "No Mexicans." And the city of Corpus Christi even went so far as to code their citizens by language and color. Corpus Christi City Directory. Before the mid-1930s, the Corpus Christi, Texas City Directory listed each family by race and the language spoken at home. C stood for colored, an outdated and offensive term for African American people. M stood for Mexican, and EM stood for English-speaking Mexican. Families with these letters by their names were often denied opportunities, like owning homes or having jobs in their communities. The directory was a public record, much like a phone book. Anyone could look up the codes. So many Tejano parents stopped teaching their children Spanish. They thought it would give them a better life in America. Corpus Christi stopped labeling families in this way by the 1940s, but the effects lasted for much longer. For many generations, Tejano children were taught to speak only English. There were not many Mexicans in Lake Jackson. Marcella and Abe did not want their children to feel the unfair treatment that they had experienced growing up. It was important to them that Selena, Suzette, and AB fit in with their white neighbors and the Anglo children. Marcella and Abe taught their children to speak English instead of Spanish. Even Selena's name was pronounced the Anglo way, Selena, instead of Selena. Selena, Suzette, and AB loved growing up in Texas. The family had a home in a nice neighborhood, and they had many friends. A flowering pink mimosa tree bloomed in their yard. Locals called the area Snake Jackson because it was so hot and green it reminded them of the jungle. The Quintanillas were Jehovah's Witnesses. This meant that the family spent many afternoons walking door to door preaching in their town. Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses follow a branch of Christianity founded in the 1870s by a pastor named Charles Taze Russell in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Russell's preaching created a movement called the International Bible Students Movement. Jehovah's Witnesses are the largest religious group to grow out of that movement. Jehovah's Witnesses have a strong belief in Bible study and spreading the gospel to others. They often go door to door to preach. Most members do not celebrate birthdays, Christmas, Easter, and other holidays. There are now over 8.3 million Jehovah's Witnesses around the world. Everyone loved Abe, Marcella, and their 3 well-behaved children. Growing up, Selena was an adventurous tomboy. She played kickball outside and caught fireflies at night. She challenged boys to races and usually won. If someone dared Selena to do something, she would do it. Though she was small, Selena was never one to back down from a challenge or a dare.